I'm going to 100% The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. This includes, but is not limited to, beating the story, collecting and upgrading every item, maxing out my life gauge, and completing the Thunder Dragon's lightning round. Long ago, evil forces emerged from the Earth's cracks and mounted a brutal assault upon the surface people. They did this in search of the ultimate power protected by the goddess. To protect this power, she sent it skyward beyond the reach of the demonic hordes, teaming up with the land dwellers. They fought the evil forces, sealing them away. I'm up. I'm getting up.
You've got mail.
Rise and shine, Link. Today's the wing ceremony. You'd better not keep me waiting. From Zelda. P.S. My parents aren't home. I got here as fast as I could, babe. I'm loving the outfit, and the harp is a nice romantic touch. Oh, there you are, Zelda. Oh man, it's Zelda's dad, Gapora. Can we never get any privacy? Well, to my surprise, Zelda's father says we can have a moment alone together if I win the ceremonial race. Father, I don't think he can do it. Excuse me? Recently, Link hasn't been practicing much. When he's out riding his Loftwing, he's just lazily gliding around. Gee, thanks for the encouragement, Zelda. I've actually been playing this video sponsor, Honkai Star Rail. From the makers of Genshin Impact, Hoyoverse's new turn-based RPG is sure to be a hit with my viewers since I'm a sucker for them myself. There's also the art and immersive story, music, cutscenes, sci-fi themes, strategic combat, and a huge roster of likable characters. Here are 5 things you need to know about the newest character, Jingwan. First, he's one of the generals who leads the Cloud Knights. Second, he's laid back, yet has an underlying complexity that's more than meets the eye. Third, his abilities create exceptional multi-target AoE damage, and his ultimate is even more impressive. Fourth, with a deep lore, the more you play, the more you'll unravel about him. And fifth, he harnesses the power of lightning. Who doesn't want that power? Well, you can wield it because Honkai Star Rail is out now and is free to play. So go download it right now with my link below and use this promo code for free rewards. What are you doing, Zelda? Here we are. Go on now. Jump off the edge. What are you, crazy? Zelda, I can't sense my Loftwing. Please don't do this. Zelda, my bird's not coming. Doggone it. Commence Operation Flightless Man. I'm descending and am now in pursuit. Whew, that was a close one. Everyone here in Skyloft has one of their own flying creatures, but Zelda, I wasn't kidding when I said I couldn't sense mine. You could have killed me. Now, where could my Loftwing be? Turns out these 3 bozos kidnapped my Loftwing, the leader of the 3 being named Groose. He mocks me, saying I'm desperate to win so I can get some alone time with Zelda. Zelda then appears at the scene, gives Groose a good finger pointing, and tells him to stop bullying me. Ah, come on, Zelda. This is embarrassing having my girl do this. I can stick up for myself. What? Wait a minute. Is Groose crushing on Zelda? I'm not losing the race to that schmuck. I gotta inquire of the townsfolk if they know anything pertaining to the whereabouts of my Loftwing. One of these 2 overheard that Groose and his buddies were hiding my bird near a waterfall. It's dangerous to go alone though, so in the sparring hall, I found a practice sword to bring with me. That cave near the waterfall must be the place. Inside, I swipe at the bats using the right stick of my Pro Controller, which is going to take some getting used to, by the way. I make it out to the other end, find my bird caged behind wooden planks, and cut him free. Let's go, buddy. We have a race to win. First student of the Knight Academy to catch up to the yellow Loftwing and take its statue wins and progresses in knighthood. The key to gaining speed is flying up, then diving downwards. Just as I was about to nab it, Groose rams into me. Then he and his minions start chucking eggs at me.
Fire! Fire! Big!
Whose side are the referees on? Forget it. Just one more dive and I'm able to snatch the bird statue. Zelda celebrates by leaping off Skyloft as Link catches her in his arms. Dang, they're like a real couple in this game. They proceed to the goddess statue to complete the wing ceremony, where Zelda gives Link a wind sail, symbolizing the blessing of the goddess. It smells nice too. Now we really should finish up this ritual. You do know what happens at the end, right? You have to jump off the statue. Aw, man, that went differently in my head.
Maybe after our picnic, you'd be willing to give me a
Shut up and kiss me.
Boy, it works faster than I thought.
Are you gonna talk or smooch?
Pucker up, princess.
Not all hope is lost, though. She asks me out on a flying date. Ah, now this is nice. Beautiful girl, a smile on my face. What more could a guy ask for? Are you freaking kidding me? A tornado? This happens all the time on my dates. No! Zelda! I'll save you! Zelda's father informs me that my Loftwing brought me back to Skyloft. I explain what happened. We can't sit here, though. We need to find out where she is, if she's even alive. Ghirahim assures me she'll be fine as long as she's with her Loftwing. Still, I can't just sit here. What is that blue being outside my room? It floats away every time I try to get near to it. I didn't eat any of those mushrooms during the ceremony, did I? Stop running away. Get back here. Okay, that's cheating. Oh, never mind. Inside, the goddess statue rests a sword that the blue being named Fi resides in. Her purpose is to aid me in a great mission I was destined for. She confirms Zelda is still alive and one of the chosen for the mission as well. Fi encourages me to draw the sword and raise it skyward. Oh, she said it! She referenced the title of the game. So of course, I do as she says and seize the goddess sword. Ghirahim witnessed the whole event, and Fi shows me the emerald tablet, which when placed within this altar, breaks an opening in the clouds. Fi beams herself back into the sword. Ghirahim provides me the knight's uniform for winning the race. Then I prepare for my search for Zelda. I pack a shield, do some training to get used to these unorthodox controls, then make my way to the break in the clouds. Ah, what? My bird can't come with me? There's no freaking way that'd work. The location is known as the Sealed Grounds. I fight my first of many enemies that requires me to slice them in the right direction. Otherwise, I just recoil. This game is going to take more precision than the usual hack and slash method. Dark aura lingers at the grounds below. I seal it temporarily with a Skyward Strike, also unlocking the doors into the nearby temple. Exhausted from skydiving, I sit to rest, which happens to recover hearts. I soon discover that I'm not alone here. This old woman saw Zelda passed through here and said she headed into the Faron Woods. So off I went to save my girl. Ah, what's going on here? You bokoblins messing with an innocent Goron? You think you can block my moves? Well, think again. The Goron introduces himself as Gorko, and in return shows me how to use a bird statue, if I ever wish to return to the sky, or want to save my progress. But we came for the Faron Woods, and with the help of Fi, I can use dowsing to track down Zelda's current whereabouts. Huh? Yeah? Oh no! It's gonna blow! What is it with these bokoblins bullying everyone? Pick on someone your own size. What is this little critter anyways? Kind of looks like a Bulbasaur. Fi explains that the creature is a Kikwi, and since they've been in contact with Zelda, the dowsing led us to them. We then run into the Kikwi Elder, who asks for help finding 3 more Kikwis in exchange for information of where Zelda could be. I report back to the Elder Kikwi, who then shares that Zelda headed toward the Skyview Temple.
You wanna go? Booty slam you to the ground, man.
Ah, what was that for? Oh, why thank you. I can use the slingshot to uncurl vines, giving me access to swing into new areas. Ungod! Nice block, but you can't stop this. What the? A bird just literally pooped on my head. I did not edit this in. This is in the game. Let's move on to the deep woods. Oh look, a beehive. You know, there are a few mechanics in this game that felt to me like a test run before using it in Breath of the Wild, like the stamina wheel, climbing, pins that provide beams of light, and the windsail paraglider. More to come.
Now let me see you do the tightrope.
No. Wait. Right back at ya, Bokoblin. Shortly after, Gorko shows me a goddess cube. Multiple of them were left behind by the goddess for the hero of legend. A Skyward Strike activates them, shooting off treasure in the sky for me to retrieve later. I arrive at the entrance of Skyview Temple. However, the doors are locked. Nothing a slingshot can't handle, though. Open sesame. Immediately, I run into problems. Stupid Dekubaba won't let me up there. But again, nothing the slingshot can't handle. And another door switch is activated. Whenever I'm not sure how to combat a certain adversary, Fi is there with her massive database of knowledge, like twirling my sword in front of the eye. Then it was routine to search every corner of the available rooms for crystals that opened more doorways. You get the gist. Although I couldn't figure out how to exterminate these spiders that were blocking the way on this bridge. I couldn't help thinking what Ron Weasley would say.
Where's Hermione when you need her?
Since this isn't the wizard world, I swung past them instead, which led to finding the dungeon map. And unlike other games in the franchise, there's no compass needed. X's on the map mark points of interest like gemstones that flood the temple. I ambushed the spiders by stabbing their backsides, then slingshot another gemstone, flooding the place even more. Now I can use this floating log to reach a new, another spider. Poke. You are feeling very sleepy. Small key acquired. This got me to about the halfway point in the dungeon, which according to Zelda game tradition, it's time for a mini-boss, that being a Stalfos. This skeleton was just like the bokoblins I had faced earlier, except it's got 2 swords. Oh my, how will I ever find an opening? Get good, you bucket of dry bones. This victory unveils another Zelda tradition, a brand new item found in the dungeon, the Beetle, aka a remote drone. Ugh, another spider. Hold on a second. Time for a fatal blow.
Fatality.
As you can see, the temple is more of the same the further I go on. Heart piece is cool though, and stall jars are new. To slay this 3-headed snake, all of its craniums have to be sliced at the same time. No problemo. I swing like Tarzan to the last treasure chest, containing the golden carving, or in layman's terms, the boss key with a puzzle twist. Once inserted, the final area opens up with a mysterious swordsman waiting for me inside. And oh boy, does he like to monologue. He reveals that he was responsible for the tornado that caused Zelda to crash land on the surface. He introduces himself as the Demon Lord Ghirahim. He's furious that Zelda hasn't been caught yet, all because of some servant of the goddess. Ghirahim creepily sneaks up behind me, breathing down my neck. Get off of me! You wanna dance, pretty boy? Let's dance. Gah! He grabbed my sword like it was nothing. Come on, Link, you're embarrassing yourself. Master, he observes the angle you hold your sword and prepares his defenses accordingly. Alright, so I gotta strike where his hand isn't. But man, I hate these controls! I feel like I have to flick the stick a couple times just for the action to initiate. Ah! My sword! Thankfully, Ghirahim takes pity on me and hurls it, allowing me to recover my weapon. Did you just slap me? I am the one who mocks. Here, kitty kitty, look to the right. Spin move from the left. Alright, this guy officially gives me the creeps. And he's got a sword now? Wonderful. Actually, believe it or not, I prefer fighting Ghirahim with a sword. It's a lot easier to counter than his almighty hand. Still, the controls didn't always respond right when I needed them to. And my shield broke. Another similarity to Breath of the Wild. But in the end, I was victorious. Ghirahim feels like he's wasting his time and no longer senses Zelda's presence here. So he teleports on out of here. A heart container is gifted to me as per Zelda tradition. And Ghirahim was right. Zelda's not here. However, Fi does notice a message from the gods and offers to translate. From the edge of time, I guide you, the chosen one, to carry out the goddess's mission. The spirit maiden who... Will you stop ice skating? Of all times for recreation, you think now is the appropriate time? We get the ruby tablet that will break another opening in the clouds. Fi detects the energy from the goddess cube sent to the sky earlier. Yada yada yada. I dismount my bird and... Welcome to the Lumpy Pumpkin, Link. Ooh, a heart piece. Don't mind if I do. Why would you do that? This is why. Come on, lighten up. That face you made was hysterical. I'll be on my way. Uh-oh, I can't leave. You're gonna make me work for free until I pay off the chandelier? No way!
What did you say?
Okay, you win. I'll be your delivery boy. One hot pumpkin soup coming up. I fly to Skyloft and drop near the sparring hall, since the Knight Commander was the guy who ordered it. Now, do I go back to the lumpy pumpkin? Of course not. I go buy the sturdier iron shield, deploy my beetle to ring the airshop bell, climb on up, and meet the shop owner named Beetle. Dude, your legs are gonna be like Captain America's at this rate. Man's got some nice stuff, like this extra wallet. Unfortunately, that's all the rupees I had at the moment. So I get back to the main objective, place the ruby tablet within the goddess statue, and glide to the new hole in the clouds down to Elden Volcano. There, I meet Led and Cobal, who for some reason reminded me of these guys. Anywho, I don't have time for these jokes. I need to know if Zelda is here. Maybe going through the caves is a better idea. Bomb flowers seem to be plentiful here, so I use them to blow up any rocks in my way, and to dispose of any nuisances that breathe fire, not allowing me to pass through.
Strike to claim it, a strike to claim it, and he got it!
The lava bridges don't have the best structure, so I have to resort back to the bowling method again. Demolishing that crack in the wall drains the lava from the section up ahead and opens up a path to the hole that the anthropomorphic moles are saying monsters are coming from. They're called magmas for those that care. I sure know these bokoblins don't give a crap about them invading their land. Knuckle the Magma is so grateful I slaughtered the horde of red monsters that he gave me the digging mitts as a show of thanks. Now I can dig up all sorts of things in dirt spots, such as wind geysers that float me up to hard to reach places, rupees, Elden ore, and hearts. My mama always said life was like a mound of dirt. You never know what you're gonna get. I went back up to the surface to proceed up the volcano when all of a sudden, a mysterious person calls out for me, telling me Zelda is ahead and that I must hurry. Don't have to tell me twice. I'll sprint my way there. Whoa. What is this place? And who might you be? A magma that really needs to touch grass and get some sun. Well, maybe, because all he does is host the minigame Thrill Digger. It's pretty much Zelda Minesweeper. The less valuable the rupee, the less chance you'll find a bomb around it. The opposite goes for the more valuable rupees that have a higher chance of having a bomb near it. If you dig up a bomb, it's game over. Oftentimes, I'd get so unlucky finding the bomb near the beginning of the round. I lost all of my money. Down on my luck, I head to the upper reaches of Elden Volcano where I run into those two Ice Age characters again and overheard them talking about 5 pieces of a key scattered around here. That key opens up the Earth Temple nearby, which is where Zelda most likely went. So I begin the scavenger hunt. Maybe it's more like a demolition hunt, if you know what I mean. More proper methods follow with Fi's updated dowsing, using my wind sail to hover across wind geysers, and more bowling. All 5 pieces collected unlocks the gate to inside the Earth Temple. Let the dungeon crawling commence! Beetle drone, cut that rope to lower the bridge. New enemy straight ahead.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Ah, come on, Fi. You can't just freeze them like that and not let me jab a cheap shot. This Lizalfo may be quick and agile, but that glove is no infinity gauntlet. So say goodbye. Then Link gets the bright idea to leap onto a stone ball in order to traverse the lava. Are you sure this is safe?
Looks questionable to me.
I cross the lava, hop off, then jog over to the magma nearby. He asked me to retrieve his bomb bag from these 2 Lizalfos. It was annoying facing 2 of them at once, since the other would constantly interrupt while I beat the other. Oh, and they breathe fire now. After killing one of them, slaying the second was a breeze. I grabbed the bomb bag, and heck, Led says I can keep it. Now, instead of being put on an immediate timer whenever I pluck a bomb flower, I can store it for later parts to blow up debris that's not near the plants. Just to do a lot more of this, and this.
And here you are, ready to take on the second boulder!
And at the end of it all was the final chest, chilling with the boss key surrounded by no danger at all. Run, Indiana Jones, run! Don't look back! Well, that was awfully convenient, and the dragon head ate the boulder too. Insert key, and on the other side, the boulder continues to roll.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Ghirahim Not you again. For the second time, he is furious that Zelda escaped with the goddess servant and will not end his hunt for them since he needs Zelda to resurrect his master. Ghirahim snaps his fingers, releasing the boulder from another dragon statue's mouth. And oh boy, here we go again, Indy. The large piece of gravel crashes, then transforms into some sort of six-legged insect-like abomination. And it's coming right at me. At the top, it stopped pursuing me, then started spouting fireballs. It begins its ascension again, to which I respond with,
Hey, take it easy.
and then watch it roll away. The round fiend opens wide just in time for me to chuck a bomb inside it, shattering some of its rock shell. I stab its vulnerable eye before it regains its fiery composure. There you have it. That's the gist of the fight. The more bombs it swallows, the more defenseless it gets. If I ever ran out of bombs, I'd harvest some more at the peak of the bridge, then get right back into the swing of things until the boss was no more. Good riddance. Ghirahim was wrong about one thing, though. Zelda was in fact here, just over in the next room. Accompanied by that mysterious person, Zelda is beckoned to enter the light. That is, until she notices my devilishly handsome green nightwear. Link! No, restrain yourself. Focus on the task at hand.
I'll take a rain check on that kiss, princess.
It took you far too long to get here. I fear the goddess is mistaken in her choice. If I had not come when I did, your Zelda would already have fallen.
Well, excuse me, princess.
They both leave, and all I'm left with is an amber rock and an ice-skating blue spirit who can't read the room. I need some me time. So I glide through the skies, tracking down each goddess chest from the cubes.
Money! Money!
Buy wallet to hold more money, another extra wallet to hold even more money, and a bug net. Why, Link? I then return to the lazy pumpkin to pay off the chandelier.
Wait, what?
Thankfully, he doesn't want my rubies. Instead, he asks me to help with the pumpkin harvest. You may be wondering, why doesn't Link take one pumpkin at a time? Well, you see, he's one of those guys that has to take all the groceries in one trip. With that done, I decide to grab a drink myself where one of the patrons tells me about the Skyloft monster.
I almost caught him last night.
He swears he's really seen it in the middle of the night when he saw it hit the gravestone nearest to the tree, then pushed it to open the shed. All right, let's see if Crazy Carl really is crazy. Dadgum, he was right. I descend the ladder, approach the cottage, and then... Someone's in trouble! Crazy Carl was telling the truth. There is a blue devil. You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Stop! Please, I beg of you, don't hurt me! We were just playing Scream as Loud as You Can game. You're playing with that little girl? A minor, I may add? The monster Patro is actually harmless and wishes to be human, but needs gratitude crystals in order to complete the transformation. That's enough weird for one day. Let's get back to the main quest. The Amber Tablet breaks another opening in the clouds, leading to Lanayru Mine. Looks like an old and worn out place, right? Well, watch what happens when I smack this time shift stone. Behold, the past. Robots revived, minecart vehicles revitalized, taking me into rooms that were previously blocked off, and quicksand. Wait, that's not good. There's gotta be a better way. Now that's more like it. Link's bowling days will never be over in this game, but at least it helps me find another time shift stone, getting me out of that sandy cavern. What in the world? Is that Crazy Joe from Shark Tale?
And I'm his financial advisor.
Whoa, definitely not as nice as Crazy Joe. Now you die. There are actually quite a few new additions here, like the advanced bokoblins, an upgraded beetle that can grasp objects while flying, me getting electrocuted by cattle prods, and monorail rides. Looks like Gorko's here too. He says this sacred place is known as the Temple of Time. Oh, now we're getting somewhere with these references. However, the entrance is blocked off, so I'ma find another way in. Fi informs me that there are submerged paths beneath the quicksand. I use this knowledge to safely trek the ruins in this area and soon discover a generator that opens the entrance to Lanayru mining facility. But it won't budge without 3 power nodes. That means it's time to look for cracks in the layout. Voila! The mission inside is simple. Shrink a Crazy Joe down to a shell orb, then place it into a socket. Problem is, I can't seem to do it by hand for some reason. That's where the beetle comes in, dropping it with perfect rolling precision into the mechanism. First device found. Stab. Twist counterclockwise, and presto! The second device is just sitting idly in plain sight. Trigger the time shift stone, insert sword, twist counterclockwise, and push. The third device is located in the southeastern part of the map. inside another rusted warehouse. To make it to the other side, I had to kill a crazy Joe, then hop on his shell for a slow and delightful cruise across the sea of sand. A couple frustrating pushes with the beetle later, and my time here is done. Vi instructs me to twist each node symbol in correspondence with their place on the map. Well, I ain't gonna argue with a floating computer. The generator then brings forth a dungeon from the sands, and I go in. The Lanayru mining facility. It's not exactly the Temple of Time I was hoping for, but I'll give it a shot. The first new enemy I come in contact with is Mrs. Puff.
Give it up and that up.
Next notable foe appears after I ram my beetle into a time shift stone, which restores these mechanical totem poles. Slice and poke. Slice, slice, and poke. Nothing to it. This dungeon's signature item is the Gust's Bellows. Now I finally know where that Smash Bros item comes from.
Verminator is on the job.
Its uses aren't limited to pest control either. It can blow away mounds of sand like nothing, get platforms moving, and open gates via a pinwheel mechanism. The further I delve into this facility, I encounter more ancient robotics, including this sentry and a tiki in the tiki room. Gust's Bellows seems to be the solution to everything here. Jeez, what a mess! It's like no one has taken care of this place for thousands of years. Anyways, another 30 minutes of time shift related dungeon crawling later takes me to the end of the facility, where a 1,000-year-old arachnid awaited my arrival. And I'm just gonna give it to you straight. Easiest boss so far. I mean, look at this scorpion. You just have to slash the eyes in its claws. Then when it hides beneath the sands, blow away the sand with the Gust's Bellows and it's back to the action. Once its clampers are gone, just stab its center eye and that's GG. I can now access the underground passage that will take me to the Temple of Time. Well, sort of. It's an outdoor temple in its early stages. I find Zelda playing her harp, who is rudely interrupted by none other than Ghirahim. The demon lord blocks me off with a spell, then goes in for the attack. Zelda's guardian Impa reacts quickly, blocking the invasion, and urges Zelda to jump through the gate. Before going, Zelda advises that I'll need her harp. I catch it, but there's no time to admire it. Ghirahim breaks through Impa's barrier, causing us to lose all hope, which is what I would have said if that Demon Wall's spell didn't dwindle away just in the nick of time. Am I late? Now is not the time. Fine, but you both need to get out of here now! Impa detonates the time gate right as they take their departure. Ghirahim monologues how he should have just killed me the first time we met, and that next time, he won't go easy. Then he leaves. Impa did mention I should return to the sealed grounds in Faron, so off I went in that direction. Huh? Ah! Groose! What are you doing, you bumbling idiot? You're gonna get us killed! After crash landing, Groose freaks out about the surface. Groose! Groose! Stop it, Groose!
I could have been dead! I could have died! Keep it together, man!
Now calm, Groose decides to name this place Grooseland. What? No! On to more important matters. I reported to the old lady on the sealed grounds. She taught me a song on the harp that goes with the rhythm of her hair braid, and that this harp belonged to the goddess. That music summoned a giant slab in the sealed grounds, the great slab known as the Gate of Time. It is the last of its kind in existence. Whoa! Where's that quake coming from? Granny, I think we have a problem. The imprisoned doesn't look very imprisoned right now. The old one proclaims it must not reach the temple. Ah, wonderful. I get to play Dr. Pimple Popper. When all of its toes have been popped, the dark beast falls to the ground. I take advantage of this moment by shoving the ceiling spike into its skull. Yet, it's not showing any signs of slowing down. It even pushes back out the spike. You want to go through this again? It'll be my pleasure. Also, this brute has a toe attached to its heel. What a monster! I topple the giant once again, nail that spike back in the cranium, do it all over again a third time, and say good riddance. For now. With a skyward strike, I seal the spike back in its place. The old one states that I have only sealed it temporarily, and that we only have a little time before it comes forth again. My sword is not ready yet to power up the Gate of Time. There are 3 flames I must gather from each of the lands in order to purify my blade. To gain further information, I need to learn the lyrics to the Ballad of the Goddess. So why not ask the headmaster of Skyloft, who also happens to be Zelda's father? Of course he knows the words and shares them with me, with the main phrase being 2 whirling sails and the light tower. I'm just gonna mess around Skyloft until I stumble into what's needed. One of Groos's lackeys, Colin, needs a letter delivered to his crush. However, I've been hearing rumors of someone in the bathroom that could use some paper. Don't you dare give it to that weirdo in the West Room. What a fool! You've kidnapped my bird and tried to sabotage me in the race. Why would I listen to you? There it is, the rumored voice from the bathroom. They let me in, and a hand pops out of the toilet. Could it be Moaning Myrtle? Chatbox says it's Feeny, and that she needs paper. I got just what you need. Now, if you'll excuse me for a second. The next morning, I tell Colin what I did to his letter. I hate you, Link! Jeez, Groos's posse really knows how to whine. I heard later that he was having nightmares, so during one of the nights, I checked on him in his sleep. And yup, I can clearly see why. It's actually a happy ending for Feeny. She believes Colin to be her true love because of the beautiful words of affection written in the letter. To show her thanks, she gives me 5 gratitude crystals. Oh yeah, these things. But Tro, didn't you want these? You're giving me a bigger wallet? Well, that's quite the incentive to help out. Hey mister, sorry again about the chandelier. Anything I can do to help out the place? Play the harp for the bar? You got it. I didn't get gratitude crystals for it, but I'm no longer in debt to the guy and he gave me a heart piece. Who really needs help is Melara back at Skyloft. Look at this mess. Gosh, do I have to do every little thing in this town? Buy yourself a Dyson or a shark. I don't care. Oh, and that will be 5 gratitude crystals and 20 rupees, please. Enough goody two-shoes, Link. Let's get back to business. Supposedly this is the light tower, and this is one of the windmills that's directions can be rotated with a whirlwind. Meanwhile, the other windmill doesn't have a propeller to rotate. The local repairman says it fell to the surface, but Gondo at the scrap shop has a flying robot that could bring it back up. The issue is, it's now a piece of junk, and Gondo would need an ancient flower to restore the robot. Lucky for him, I found one during my travels. The Scrapper is reborn. Who is this green-clad individual of small stature?
I like it, but not a lot. I don't like it.
Master Link, use dowsing to search for the propeller.
Hava.
Apparently Scrapper's got the hots for Fi and will help us out in any way needed. One last thing before we go, I don't know where the propeller is. So I commissioned the fortune teller for assistance, thanked the goddess it wasn't a scam, and found it at Elden Volcano. Scrapper hauls it back just like he promised for the repairman to fix it. I turned the windmill with Gus bellows, watched the tower unveil its upper segment, I strummed the harp for a bit featuring Fi on vocals, witness a light show that pierces the inaccessible thunderhead clouds, and then make my way over there on my loft wing.
Do not go into the light!
It's fine, just a little rainy is all. The beam of light guides me to the Isle of Songs. It must be pretty cold here, because even that statue's jaw is shivering. Fi translates the message from the gods, and she's going to have to be serious this time since there's no water around. Oh, come on! Use dowsing to search for the gate to the first trial. Yeah, I get it. Hop back in the sword, Fi. We're going to Farron. To open the first trial, I must play the harp accompanied by Fi's singing.
Oh, you stink!
Fi don't care about the hate. She's singing her heart out. Anywho, I use my sword to open the portal into the Silent Realm. There are guardians here that can one-hit knock me back into the real world, but their movements halt for 90 seconds whenever I pick up a tier. There are 15 in total, and 90 seconds of protection between each of them is plenty of time. Nothing else really to see here. It's just a fetch quest. The reward is something spectacular though, it being a water dragon scale, giving me the ability to swim underwater, which means I can enter the tree via its underwater part of the stump. During my climb to the top, a fat moblin stands in my way. Watch out, Link. I think Moto likes you. The second reason I came back to Farron was to find the first flame. And this Kikwi that naps on top of the tree knows where it is. The Bulbasaur evolution says I must seek out the mighty water dragon, then discloses the water dragon's location is in the water. Go figure. To gain entry to those waters, I memorize this symbol, draw it on the gate using my sword, press the handicap button so I don't have to open the door myself, then dive into the uncharted waters. Well, now it's charted and called Lake Floria. I follow a jellyfish seahorse thing into an underground cavern, break their fences with my twirl attack, then use that same move to hurdle over some bars. Watch the sea creature use its noggin as a key, then at last get to meet the mighty water dragon Farron.
I am the powerful, the pleasurable, the indestructible Mushu.
She claims her small size is because of an attack by Ghirahim. Sure, girl. Now you're gonna make me fetch you a pail of sacred water? Some dragon you are, sending me to backtrack to the first temple for an effortless side quest? I did notice more of those fat moblins hanging around wearing thongs.
I like 'em big, I like 'em chunky.
Here's your sacred water, puny dragon. Exquisite. Now that's what I call a dragon. Past her throne room is a waterfall that she opens up for me, which also happens to be the dungeon holding the first flame, the ancient cistern. Oh, I see. This is going to be the grappling hook dungeon. Obviously, I don't have that item at the moment, so I'll start things off with swimming past these hand traps. And the only way to currently elevate up to the next floor level is by use of geysers. I came across a door with some kind of combination lock attached. Then remembered right at the beginning of the cistern, I read a tablet that read first the back, then the rear, then the back of the right hand, and finally the back of the left hand. After a few tries, I figured it out eventually. The peculiar methods didn't stop there as I had to flip lily pads to uncover new areas, then I had to face a four-sworded Stalfos. The moron would often only use 3 of the blades to block. And when it did use all of them, a poke was an easy counter. If you want a real Four Swords adventure, try this game out. Nintendo, please port to Switch. Additionally, that was the mini-boss, which means I finally have the grappling whip?
I like a cookie.
When it comes to the grappling sections, it's essentially the same. However, when it comes to the combat, the controls are I'm flicking my joystick with all my might, and all I'm left with is disappointment. Get over here, you stupid bird! Die, die, die! I'm going back to flipping lily pads and doing whatever it is I'm doing here. It triggers a whirlpool. No, the door is locked. Come a little closer, pea-brain. Wapow! Played ya! I'm coming over there. More lily pad shenanigans ensue. I dive on lily pad, I spout up the lily pad, I flip back over the lily pad, and I jump across the lily pad. All that to flip down a switch, lowering the statue in the main room, revealing a door at its feet. Time to check out the basement, where there are zombie bokoblins. There is a slight dilemma. They won't die. It feels like an army of Barney the dinosaur swarming me.
I love you. You love me.
Enough!
Fatality.
According to the Zelda Wiki, this dungeon appears to be based on the story The Spider's Thread. It reads that the Lord Buddha is walking through paradise and gazes into a pond. Past the lotus petals veiling the water surface, seeing into the depths of hell. There in the darkness, he sees a criminal who once intentionally avoided stepping on a spider. Moved to try reclaiming this man, Buddha lowers a spider thread into hell, and the criminal starts climbing to paradise. However, other sinners begin climbing as well, and the criminal, worried that the thread will not support the weight, exclaims that it is his and his alone. At this point, the thread breaks because the criminal was worried only about his own salvation and not his fellow sinners. Story time is over. It's boss time. Ghirahim, you again. Well, not exactly. He's busy figuring out how to revive the Demon King, then snaps his fingers and disappears. What he left behind is Koloktos, the automaton. Ghirahim's inventions have proved to be failures, and I'm gonna make it suffer the same fate. I will tear you limb from limb. You will get so desperate that you'll use the arms that were protecting your only weak point, just for me to whip them both off of you, leaving an opening for me to damage your soul. Have you had enough of being stuck in the ground? Give me a real challenge, will ya? Lock up that precious heart of yours and come at me with your 6 scimitars. Kind of looks like the battle doll from Demon Slayer. It's sure not as skilled though, as Koloktos slams its whole left side of arms into the pavement. I'll take that arm and ooh, shiny. How about a taste of your own medicine? Here's how you're supposed to use the scimitars. By hacking and slashing. None of that slamming into the ground nonsense. A couple rounds of beatings causes the screws to go loose in the machine, prompting the cursed energy to leave its vessel, resulting in my victory. Stored in the next room is the first flame. Fi takes it in, transferring the energy energy into my sword. Improvements are made to the sword, making it longer and sharp enough to do twice as much damage. And what's that? Maybe a piece of the Triforce? No confirmation as of yet, so back to the Isle of Songs for further instruction. But first, why not gather some goddess chests and do a minigame along the way? On Bamboo Island, a challenge is presented. How many times can one cut the bamboo before it falls over or runs out? After a few attempts, I managed to get a good pace of when to swing the joystick left to right, then right to left repeatedly. 30 cuts, not bad. The prizes were whatever though, so I flew to Skyloft to see what Beetle was selling. 1,000 rupees? Sorry, Beetle. I don't have the funds for that. Do you know how heavy you are? I have to pedal extra hard with you up here. Then you have the gall to leave without buying anything? Off with you!
Well, excuse me.
Beetle. I explored parts of Skyloft I couldn't before, increased my life gauge, and watched Fi dance as she translated our next destination, the return to Lanayru Desert. We harp, we sing, we enter the Silent Realm. Well, that's actually a lie. Fi isn't allowed here. As I gathered the tears, scouts would occasionally catch me and alert their guardian cohorts. It was all an empty threat since I quickly grab a tear soon after. That's all that was new compared to the last trial. Save for the hook shot, baby! I mean, claw shots. What is with this game rebranding things? I mean, for crying out loud, is that not what the hook shot does?
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Captain, will you take me to the sand? Oh, he doesn't look so good. How about this? Feel any better now? The small-scaled robot used to be the proud skipper of a ship and crew, but were attacked by pirates who seeked a flame. I want that flame. You want your crew and ship back. Let's go together. We stopped by a few docks, the first notable one being the shipyard. The only friendly faced here is Gortram the Goron. He operates the minecart ride because of his strong nostalgia for the Donkey Kong games. By the way, Nintendo, when's the next Donkey Kong game? It's been 9 years since the last release. Come on, I need more of this. The cart ride took me to the construction bay where I had a little reunion with the rattled scorpion. No, this is my house now. Don't make me call pest control. Last thing I need is another monthly bill. Sorry, Skipper, no ship here. That only left one region left to visit in Lanayru, the pirate stronghold. Understandably, Skipper's gonna skip this one and leave it to me because of his PTSD from the pirates. A portable time shift orb?
Oh, this place is fancy.
Just keep moving, just keep moving. All right, I'm already tired of lugging this thing around. Fi investigated the masts and sails within the stronghold and deduced that they were once part of Skipper's ship. Therefore, we now have a more surefire way of finding the vessel. Fire! Fire again! Damn! Our pursuit has come to an end. Thar she blows. I'll take it from here, Skipper. This ship is like a ghost town. I wonder what's inside. Oh no, it's infested. At this rate, Link, I think you should start your own exterminator business. On the other side of the cabin, I see a pirate captain brooding on the plank. He eyes me, draws his drill-bladed sword, and runs at me, hook in hand. At first, I thought this was a duel you automatically win, since the pirate never blocked my attacks. Then I found out the hard way that that is not the case. Despite that, it's not brain imploding like 4D chess either. You can wait for Scurvy Beard to make a mistake, then strike. Or swing where he's not blocking. And don't deem anyone useless when all they have left is a hook. The Celtics learned that the hard way from Magic Johnson. Just be cautious and Link will be alright. So long, Beardy. Oh, I guess we've already technically started the next dungeon, because only a mini-boss would net a sweet reward like the bow and arrow. Now I can rightly pierce these eyes on the boat, bringing forth a time shift stone, restoring this ship back to its proper design. Hello and welcome everyone to Link's Tour Extravaganza. Please keep your arms and legs to yourself and no flash photography.
Don't touch anything,
or I'll smack you off the mast like a bokoblin. Let's begin. In this room on the left, oh, my dearest apologies. Please excuse me for a moment. What's amazing about this room is it has a sunroof, perfect for shooting an arrow at the time stone for those days you're feeling a little old school. It's actually the future, but it looks old like the past. Whatever. Let's tour down the hallway next. In one of the 4 rooms, it is a place where you can practice your archery. If you manage to shoot the eyeball over in the next room, its door will open up for you. But may I suggest you revisit the sunroom to revert back time so you can use that newly unlocked room to its fullest capabilities. I hope you brought your sword souvenirs to activate this generator when I'm not with you. It may look like the engine corridor is fully operational, but there's one more to find. Oh, screw the voice, Link, and lower the boat already. Just a few more uncommon paths to take. And you call this a sunroof? It has bars. It's a jail cell to overwork the imprisoned crew. That's why we're sneaking in, to save the lot. Even if it means crawling through this vent no matter how claustrophobic you are. Many lives are on the line.
You've saved me!
What? You're the only one? What kind of crew is this? Where's the rest of ya? Fortunately, that solo crew member did have a key to the captain's cabin, which is where the boss key was stored. It's actually a squid carving. Wait, does that mean... Take a look at that recoil. Nothing this dungeon signature item can't handle. Hasta la vista, baby! Oh no, it's flooding now, and the ship's beginning to capsize. I gotta hurry. It may not look like it, but I made it out in one piece. Here comes the big squid! Mike Wazowski? No, I think it's Celia? That's not right either. Oh, this must be their creation. Shut up! Point taken. Time to clap back. You've come out of the water to play, huh? Prepare yourself. I never miss. Come on, Link. I said I never miss. Oh, darling, that hair. It needs a trim. And your vision isn't important to you, is it? What's next? Snake hair? Oh, crap. I was joking. I didn't want to face that. You gonna really make me chop your locks again? Time to end this. I'll shoot your eye again, then I'll make sure to leave it severed, alleviating you from the monstrosity that you are. All right, Fi. What's this flame going to give us? More length? More power? Dowsing? Who asked for this? Let's take the second piece of Triforce and move on. You all know by now the next destination is going to be Eldin. So there's no need to mention the Isle of Songs, and yes, there's another 15 tears to collect. I get the Fire Shield earrings, which gives me safe passage through the scorching heat as I ascend the volcano. At the summit, the penultimate dungeon is blocked off by a few firewalls, and in order to get past them, I must quench 3 frogs of their thirst. Hope you like bottled water, my friend. That's what you're getting too. This one, though, is picky and desires a big container of water. Hey, Water Dragon, check out this Nintendo Power magazine. Hurry, Scrapper, take it before she realizes what we're doing. Now pour it carefully. Do you even value your job, young man? Looks like you got lucky. The entrance is open. Time to bring some chill to the Fire Sanctuary. Right away, I'm already at an impasse with the lava. But what's this? A green plant with a water bulb? Problem solved. An Eldin dungeon wouldn't be complete without its fair share of magmas. 2 statues that face one another jump into the mouth of the sleeping statue. Okay, random, but thanks, I guess. Some of the lava spouts are clogged with rubble, so I sent the beetle to clear things up. Why would I do this? That pouring of lava created a downstream in the molten river, which expanded my traversal methods. In a later room, I would find a magma being held hostage over a pool of certain death. I'm sorry, I got nothing. Then by total accident, I jabbed a water plant like a kebab onto my sword. Thanks, weird controls. That eliminated the brainstorming stage on how to defeat the lava hands, which apparently, when beaten, drains the lava in a few of the rooms. I ain't gonna question it. Be free, little magma. And he's a grateful little bugger too. These new magma mitts enable Link to dig himself underground as seen here. Like every dungeon before, the new item has made new rooms accessible. Another prisoner? Calm down, there's no lava, you're in no danger. Aw, a gift you shouldn't have. Oh boy, 2 items in one dungeon. Today is my lucky day. A map? Back on the chain you go. What kind of gift was that? Desperate for redemption, the magma lets me in on a secret that one of the walls in here is fake, hiding a secret tunnel. I didn't like what was down there. Some sort of evil caterpillar with jelly for a butt? All that for a small key. In another underground segment, I found a frightened magma hiding from all the danger. Thinking I'm the enemy, the mole rat crawls for his life.
Get that out from me!
After taking him back to the surface, I spare his life in exchange for a heart piece. Into another hole I go where I smack a bomb into a wall of rocks, blowing it to bits, freeing the lava from its damned off state. Just so I can do more of this. All that led to a dead end with nothing but lava beneath me. Hold up, that statue is awake, and that one's asleep? What do you know? That old geezer near the entrance wasn't jibber-jabbing about nothing. Then I proceeded to more of what I've fought, more of what I've done, and more puzzles that were solved. Well, we meet again, Ghirahim.
We'll close it.
During his undressing, Ghirahim monologues that he figured out there's another gate of time out there, and that if I don't tell him where it is, he's going to punish me right now. Stop showing off your body, bro, and you know my lips are sealed. I have a feeling this guy's starting to lose it. No sword? Is this a joke? Look, my sword's on the left, and wha-bam, a spin from the right. And get those flying darts out of here. You really are pathetic. Just for doing that, you're going to die. Do you even know how to block, bruh? Surprise strike. Oh, I don't think so. Aside from the darts, this duel didn't feel much different from the first, which led to some greedy moments on my part. Kicking it off with a healthy amount of hearts gave me room for mistakes and resulted in Ghirahim's retreat. The third flame is presented to us, powering up my blade one last time, so much in fact that it transforms into a sacred weapon. Behold, its true form, the Master Sword. The Triforce is looking complete too. Back at the sealed temple, the future is bright, as now my blade can awaken the gate of time. I raise my sword, then... Darn imprison has broken free. Groose has been preparing for this very moment though, with his latest contraption, the Groosinator. Impressive, Groose. That beast has grown arms since our last encounter with it, so fire away! I'll take care of the toe popping. Yeah! Groose, reload, reload! Reminiscent to the last clash, 3 rounds of this pressure temporarily seals the fiend. Now where was I? Oh yes, awakening the gate of time. The past is my next field trip. Groose decides to stay as the old lady's protector, but he does ask me to do him a favor. When you see Zelda, tell her I said, what's up? Man, it must feel good to be a gangsta. Going back in time is pretty fly too. Impa has been waiting for me and points out that we're so far in the past that the goddess has only just sealed away the great evil Demise. That's cool and all, Impa, but I time traveled here for the one person I care more for than anything in the world, Zelda. Before embracing her, Zelda tries to explain the whole story of what's been going on. The old gods created the supremely powerful Triforce. Demise waged war trying to take it for himself. The goddess Hylia feared for her people, so she sent them along with the Triforce up to the sky. The goddess would eventually seal away Demise. However, that seal would not hold forever. Thus, she created Fi to assist the chosen hero. Then, goddess Hylia transferred her soul into the body of a mortal. Zelda is that goddess reborn as a mortal. This was done because the Triforce could not be used by deities, but in mortal form, Zelda can use it. Demise was stripped of his physical form and is now the imprisoned. Zelda blesses the Master Sword, achieving its ultimate form, which can only be wielded by Link. Then begins the process of sealing herself to hold off Demise for as long as she can. Heartbroken, Link faces reality and returns to his mission. Poor guy. Back in the present, the Old One instructs Link to seek the Triforce, for what he has now is only a mark. Wow, that was a lot to take in. I'm gonna need to take a 40-minute break in the bathroom to scroll TikTok. Zelda's dad is my go-to when it comes to the unknown. He's not too familiar with the Triforce, but says the great sky spirit Levias is, who resides in the Thunderhead Cloud. Instructor Olin warns me Levias hasn't been acting himself, and teaches me the spiral charge technique to be prepared. Also, the Lumpy Pumpkin's owner offers a large pumpkin soup every year to Levias. I volunteer to deliver it inside the Thunderhead, hoping the smell will attract the sky spirit. Not a minute later, Levias appears with some odd eyeball tentacles dangling from his body. That's probably why he's gone loco, and the spiral change is just what the doctor ordered, followed by an additional 3 doses. One more eye remains connected to the back spout. Thanks for your help, my Loftwing. I'll go alone from here. Going solo seemed like the wrong call at first, because I was not ready for the mucus being coughed at me. Arrows didn't work, whipping didn't work, the parasite's own mucus? That worked. To slay this parasite the right way, I had to swing my sword sideways in order to decommission its frills. Then I revert back towards the eye, causing it to fluster and fall, leaving its eye vulnerable. Frustrated and on the brink of death, the creature spasms, eventually imploding from the inside out. Levias was in fact possessed by the infiltrator and is now back in control. Meanwhile, Link is only the size of a shrimp compared to this whale, so I'm praying he doesn't get flung off. I inquire of the Triforce, to which Levias responds not knowing the location, but knows the clue to finding it. It is hidden in the Song of the Hero. The goddess split the song into 4 parts. One is entrusted to Levias, and the other 3 to the dragons of the land. I go first to Farron, since I've already established a rapport with her. During my skydiving descent, Fi reports there is something unusual preventing us from the woods. The connecting gate is shut, so I head to the sealed grounds. You've gotta be kidding me. Demise's imprisoned form escaped again?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
And he can fly now? Groose, you know what to do. That's right, this is a no-fly zone. Hopefully I can handle it from here because Groose's bomb stash has been blocked off. Groose, he's flying again. What do we do?
Throw me.
Bob, throw me!
That was a close one. And stay in there! We regroup in the temple where the old one updates me that the Farron Woods have strangely flooded, but Groose has an idea. 10 out of 10 dive, if I say so myself. How the heck did this happen? It hasn't rained that much. Oi, did you do this? And do you happen to know part of the Song of the Hero by any chance? Monsters have been overrunning the woods, so she did indeed cause the mass flooding here. What's annoying is she thinks I have to prove myself worthy of her part of the song. By doing what exactly? By collecting musical tadpoles called tadtones, that's how. The end of the world could be any hour now, and you choose to waste my time doing this? I didn't really have a choice, so here are all your tadtones. Alright, that's enough. Oh, and drain the water while you're at it. On to Eldin Volcano, where an eruption caused turbulence on my glide down, resulting in me blacking out. I regained consciousness in a jail cell, appearing to have been captured by the bokoblins. They took all of my items too. I tried everything, but there was no way out. Then all of a sudden, Platts dug into my cell. You know, the magma I chased down back in the fire sanctuary? He's returning the favor for me for what I did clearing out those monsters from the sanctuary. He stole back my magma mitts. Thanks, bud. I'ma head out. Now to reclaim my other stolen gear. Commence Operation Stealth Mission. Gust Bellows acquired. If anyone sees me, I'll make sure I'm the last thing they ever saw. Claw shots, baby. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Got the whip back. Ba-bomb drive-by. They didn't stand a chance. Whoa, slingshot. This is worthless. As I summited the volcano, I recovered the rest of my belongings, but unfortunately got caught in the end and had to make a run for it. Wait. What am I doing? I have my weapons back. Die, you low-level vermin! A few minutes later, I had stumbled upon Eldin the Fire Dragon. I asked for his part of the song, and he sang it for me right away. Wow, I actually really appreciate that. Thanks for not sending me on a fetch quest like your water sibling. That leaves Lanayru next on my radar. There used to be a Goron blocking this path, and as you can see, he's no longer there. I crawled through what I couldn't before, which led me to the gorge where I found Lanayru.
Woo, you know you did.
Not to worry, I've already ordered Amazon Prime shipping for a time zone to be delivered. There you go, Thunder Dragon. Lanayru may have been revived, but he caught an illness and is in no shape to sing. Thankfully, the caring robots were worried about the Thunder Dragon and planted a seedling from the Tree of Life nearby. Instead of waiting years for it to grow, I traveled back in time, planted it in the sealed temple, went back to the present, and then sowed what I reaped. Yeah, I cheesed the process, but it was worth it for this all-healing fruit. The Thunder Dragon is in great shape again, and in return, sings his part of the song. All together now, all 4 of you for one big finale, singing all of your parts at the Isle of Songs. The Song of the Hero is now complete. Fi then reports there is one last trial gate to be opened with a new song to be found at Skyloft. She calibrates my dowsing technique to find it, and there it is in front of the light tower. We play the song, enter the goddess's silent realm to collect tears, and all I have to say is...
Nobody cares!
Save for the stone trials. I need that. Except I don't know how to use it. Oh, Zelda's dad! Perhaps the town fortune teller knows? Oh, fortune teller! Huh? Where he at? I better check his house. Well, looky here. Someone's playing hooky from work. My crystal ball has shattered. How convenient. There's a replacement just outside the Earth Temple. There's a lot of backtracking in this Zelda game. Anyways, with his new crystal ball, the fortune teller advises me there is an odd bird statue in Skyloft with one of its gem-like eyes missing. After some searching, I came across the statue, inserted the Stone of Trials, watched it spin around a few times, then it took aim and fired. Cannonball!
Oh, that didn't work.
Patience is a virtue, Link. Just watch. I present to you The Legend of Zelda and the Chamber of Secrets. Deploy claw shot targets! This is it, the final dungeon, Sky Keep. Upon entering is a freebie chest containing the dungeon map. That's because in the next room over, there is a sliding puzzle that gives Link limited control over the chambers of the dungeon. In my eyes, the Skykeep seems to be an amalgamation of all the items Link has accumulated throughout his journey, and the gimmicks from previous dungeons. Instead of showing you what I've already done in earlier gameplay, I'm going to focus on what makes this place different, that being the navigation system. Stored here are the 3 pieces of Triforce. I have to shuffle around the chamber room pieces to create a functional layout in order to reach them. However, I cannot maneuver the square I'm currently in. I know I just said I'm not going to focus on derivative gameplay, but this bomb bowling section was like a pseudo mini game.
Miss!
And look who I ran into. He looks a little different compared to the last one I made walk the plank. Nonetheless, bye Felicia, and hello Triforce of Courage. 1 down, 2 to go. For the second piece, I'm going to run through some areas I've already been to, which should cut down on time, since I've already cleared those enemies and puzzles. Only new thing to steer was the lava cruise. Before I knew it, the Triforce of Power was mine. The third piece was the trickiest to connect to since it only had a door on its left side. It wasn't much of a pain though. All I had to do was access the puzzle in another chamber, and voila! I eventually figured it out. 1 orb puzzle later, along with some archery and platforming, brought me to the Triforce of Wisdom. There was no boss to fight, so straight to the goddess statue I went, where the complete Triforce formed. This triggers the sect with the goddess statue from Skyloft to disconnect and descend down to the surface. Will you ever just please give up? Oh, never mind. It looks like you're going to be my landing pad. It's a perfect fit, as it looks like this is where it originally came from. Fi detects the Triforce has successfully eradicated Demise, and that Zelda no longer needs to be sealed away. Link smiles with joy at the thought of reuniting with his lifelong friend. Link rushes inside the temple just in time to see Zelda break free. The 3 Hylians reunite, and according to my headcanon, each of them represents a part of the Triforce. I mean, come on. Doesn't Groose look like he could be the ancestor of the Gerudos? Groose, what are you doing? He's macking on the old lady. Ghirahim, I should have looked for an opportunity to kill you. Since his master is dead now, he's going to take Zelda to the past where Demise can still be revived. Groose and the old one try to stop him, but to no avail. Startled from the beam blast, Link is unable to react and is forced to watch Ghirahim get away. There's no time to lose. Link, enter the gate now! In the past, Ghirahim forced his way past Impa, and for what I can only imagine is some sort of evil ritual, Ghirahim is dancing around Zelda. Ghirahim still needs a few more minutes to cast the revival spell, so he summons a horde of bokoblins to slow me down from getting to him. I couldn't help but think this brawl felt similar to the hack and slash Hyrule Warriors. You're far too quick, boy. What'd you expect me to do? Play chess with the bokoblins? Not in the mood for jokes. Ghirahim launches Zelda out of reach, then elevates himself and I with a magical platform, all while transforming in the process, revealing his final form. Fi analyzes the situation and concludes none of my weapons will be effective against him. Sadly, she is right. The Master Sword doesn't even scratch him. Still, I keep up the pressure, then discover I can knock him off. He's down. I gotta hurry. 1 fatal blow coming right up. Get up, Ghirahim, so I can defeat you. Your tricks don't work on me. Electric hands? Ha! You forgot you're still unprotected anywhere else? Fatal blow number 2. Again? Seriously? Fatal blow number 3. The third stab brings down the house, eliminating his magical platform. It's not over yet, though. He brings out his sword and frankly kicks the crap out of me. I was going way too aggro against him. Fairy, please. This time, I kept my distance, and to my surprise, Ghirahim started a volley with fiery discs. As long as I spam swipe my sword, I'm totally safe here. Ghirahim eventually fails to deflect it back, leaving an opening for me to pierce his chest. He gives it another go and quickly learns this method isn't working out for him. Desperate, he draws his Buster Blade, and I gotta say, I'm disappointed. Ghirahim's skin is impenetrable, but his broadsword shatters if struck at with a perpendicular angle? I got this in the bag. Overwhelmed, Ghirahim falls to his knees, then bursts out laughing. He didn't need to beat me. He was stalling, so the ritual had been completed. Darkness rushes through the air, and are you joking me? Not this thing again! Be careful what you wish for, Andrew, because you're not fighting the imprisoned again. He absorbed Zelda's soul, regaining his Demon King form. Demise has been resurrected. Ghirahim welcomes back his master, to which Demise responds by knocking out his servant. Ghirahim evilly laughs as his purpose for his master comes to an end, then has Demise's sword drawn from his body, and the remaining of his essence is stored within the blade. No longer in need of Zelda's body, Demise throws her off to a sure death, but then a cry of a hero is heard. Groose! You saved what's left of her! Impressed by my courage, Demise prepares a place for us to have our final battle. Groose yells out that Zelda's soul hasn't been completely sucked out yet, so there's still time to save her. Are you ready to proceed? Actually, no. Just gotta take care of one thing first. Okay, now I'm ready. The darkness transports me to Demise's presence. I take my stance, then listen to Demise's plans to take the Triforce and rule the world. It all comes down to this. Before I get serious, I just want to rant really quick about the controls. I am sick of them not responding. I block, then I ferociously flick my right joystick to strike back, but its response is not timely. There is no worse feeling than losing because of struggles with controls. Ultimately, I just had to get even better to make up for the step back. Here's my plan. I wait out for Demise to make the first swing, respond with a shield parry, then hit him where it hurts. I got pretty close to mastering this method and was showing Demise who's boss. Dang controls. Simple method, yet effective, and I kept doing it until Demise decided to switch things up. Inspired, I tried to do the same, raise my sword skyward, then am thwarted by Demise's antics, losing the bout. Demise charges up again, and I follow suit. This time he doesn't react fast enough, so I send the skyward strike in his direction, then capitalize on him while he's down. We got at it again, and I barely stopped his charge attack, but wasn't able to stop the next one. Next time, I don't risk it, prioritizing the shield parry, followed by my maniac slashing until he's knocked to the floor. Link, finish him! Gah, he dodged it, then punished me harshly for it. It's okay, Link, we've just been thrown off a bit. We can do this. Quick, he's coming. Parry! Now let him have it! Do it for real this time! The Demon King has been defeated. His sword dissipates. Then he growls that his hate will never perish. He will rise again. Those like Zelda and Link who share the blood of the goddess and the spirit of the hero are eternally bound to this curse. A never-ending cycle of having to face the incarnations of Demise's hatred. Finally, he fades away. His residual consciousness is absorbed into the Master Sword, sealing him away. And Link makes his heroic return to his friends. Nice going, you two. You guys were totally amazing. In this adventure I'd like to call The Legend of Groose. That was actually a good one, Groose. Fi then shares that with Demise gone, she must return inside the Master Sword to a sleep without end. Link hesitates at first, but soon comes to reality. The mission is done. The Master Sword must be placed in its pedestal until it's needed again. Before going back to the present, Zelda says goodbye to Impa and leaves one of her bracelets as a gift, where she then sees the old lady wearing that same bracelet, confirming her real identity. Then she dies. Jeez, video game, that was abrupt timing. Anyways, Zelda stays on the surface while Groose returns to Skyloft. She's always wanted to feel the ground, see the clouds, and watch over the Triforce. She asks, "What about you, Link? What will you do now?" Well, I missed a lot of stuff, and I'm committed to 100%ing this game. Like, I still need to find every goddess cube, which also carry other needs like this heart piece. things, and help others find purpose like this Magma that wants to live in the sky, which in turn provides me gratitude crystals. I spent an additional 10 hours to make sure I caught everything I needed to. So here are the highlights of doing it all. I found a girl named Oriel that's stranded on one of the sky islands because her loft wing suffered an injury. Lucky for them, Oriel's brother provides me with mushroom spores, which leads the loft wing to a speedy recovery. What in the world is this place? And why is this guy bawling over a lost party wheel? Is it this hunk of junk in Lanayru? Here's your wheel thing. What were you gonna use it for? Oh no, he's a clown. What are you doing to me? It's a free-falling minigame that rewards you with rupees based on your score. If you get a perfect score, meaning you pass through every fortune ring, then land on the red and blue 50 rupee space, the clown will give you a bonus heart piece. He also gave me some crystals for tracking down his wheel, which got me a bigger wallet and a cursed medal. While I continued tracking down more chests, I skydived into a bird's nest where I found a lost rattle that belonged to the potion maker's baby.
I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid. The what?
Oh yeah, we're breaking into Zelda's room at night. Is that Zelda's dad bathing? That is not what I came here for. The door to Zelda's room is locked at all times, so I claw-shotted down the chimney to crawl through the vent, dropping me into her room. It's not creepy, okay? She left a gratitude crystal, which means she'd be thanking me for coming inside. Can't forget the heart piece inside her cupboards. I then visited Fledge, another student at the academy. Guy couldn't even do 5 push-ups. I got just what you need, a stamina potion. I came back the next night to check his progress, and he was at 57 push-ups. That's not enough. Drink more! Gee, what am I doing? Am I promoting drugs? The next night, I checked in on him again. How many are you doing now?
100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, then a 10-kilometer run, and 100 squats.
Fledge then insisted that I be part of his next workout. He throws pumpkins, I snipe them with my bow and arrows. I got a perfect score on my second attempt, yielding me another heart piece. Scoring high enough in all of the minigames is necessary to maxing out the life gauge. And even though some, like the pumpkin pull, took me no time at all to succeed, the rickety coaster was a different story. I'm showing my record attempt right now, but man, this minigame requires no errors. If I didn't time a turn just right, or forgot to hop with my minecart during an upcoming jump, the attempt was ruined. Took me over 20 minutes to get a time that was 0.14 seconds below the threshold for the heart piece. Some things I haven't covered in this playthrough yet are the goddess walls and gossip statues that give hints. I found them all for completion, but aside from that, there's not really much to say about them. This specific goddess wall, on the other hand, is different, because if you draw what Gorko the Goron describes, he'll give you a heart piece for helping his research. I decide to visit Beetle next to check out his bed, which is just part of his airshop's engine with a blanket. If Link takes a nap on it, he'll wake up in an empty air shop and he'll find himself on the Sky Island where Beetle lives. Sadly, Beetle's pet horned Colossus Beetle has gone missing. That prompted me to take a trip into the Thunderhead. There's an island there where one of Groos's henchmen likes to hang out. If anyone knows where the bug is, he does, given his love for bugs. He found the beetle and wants to keep it for himself, but agrees to give it back if I can catch 10 specific bugs within 2 minutes. After a few tries, I had the island pretty well mentally mapped out, finishing well below the 2-minute mark. Got the beetle, gave the beetle back to Beetle, and got some gratitude crystals for it. The search for goddess chests continued until I crossed paths with the Thunder Dragon once again. He's got a new challenge for me called the Lightning Round. Most of us would refer to this as a boss rush mode, where Link consecutively rematches past boss fights. After each battle, the dragon will ask if you want to continue or take home a prize, which are generally rupees. I keep going because the rewards get better the further you get. After beating 4 in a row, I get a heart piece. Then I take on the challenge again to massacre 8 bosses in a row, which earns me the Hylian Shield. I stop there for now though and decide to come back when my wallet can handle the prize for beating the whole lightning round. Speaking of which, that is something Batro can help me with in exchange for gratitude crystals, which by the way, there are a ton of these laying around Skyloft during the night. There's also one in the Lumpy Pumpkin and one above Beetle's Airshop. Then I start a very peculiar side quest where you lead on this girl that has a thing for you. She's in charge of the item storage, and I don't want to pay any fees for that. She doesn't charge any fees now, but if I break her heart, maybe she will. So yes. Thankfully, she'll keep this a secret, and it's a good thing too. I don't want to have to explain this to Zelda. Anyways, Instructor Olin is looking for a new plant species. How about a Bulbasaur?
Bulbasaur!
With that, all 80 gratitude crystals have been gathered, which means I get the Tycoon wallet. And Batro can finally become the human he's always wanted to be. Woo! Almost there. I continue backtracking, keeping an eye out for anything I may have missed. Turns out when you talk to Cobalt here, Vi updates your dowsing with a ruby option. That's all 5 extra dowsing targets unlocked. I can't even remember when I got the other 4. I do remember having to return to the fire sanctuary for this chest that held the 5th empty bottle. Most of the items remaining are the ones to be bought or upgraded, which means it's time to finish what I started with the lightning round. In hero mode, there are 12 bosses ending with Demise, but in a normal playthrough, it's 11 and ends with Ghirahim. Definitely something I'm gonna check out if I ever play this in the future. The reward is a humongous cash prize, which will come in handy for all the junk I still have to buy and upgrade. In addition to the bug medal I just purchased from Beetle, there's a potion medal, 2 life medals, 2 rupee medals, and a few others I got earlier in my journey. On to the upgrading portion. You give Gondo the rupees and materials needed, and bada bing bada boom, item upgraded. I spent the next hour gathering needed materials, which included a lot of tumbleweeds. Seriously, a lot of them. There is this one gossip statue in the waterfall cave on Skyloft that sells some of the rarer items. That saved me some time, but all the rest I found using the net. This scavenger hunt for materials also completed my collection screen. Believe it or not, the parts that took the longest for me to farm were monster claws from the bats. I couldn't believe how low the spawn rate was for those things. In the end, I had gathered everything I needed to upgrade every item in the game. And that's how I 100%ed the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. These kinds of videos take a long time to make, so be sure to like and subscribe. If you'd like to financially support, consider becoming a YouTube member. $1 gets you in the Discord, and $5 gets your name in the credits. You all have a good one. Thanks.